Yo, good morning, GMG, and welcome back to another morning prep video. As always, I hope you guys are feeling great, feeling wonderful. It's a little bit dark and gloomy over here, but we ain't gonna let that pull us down, drag us down, whatever. We feel good, we feel great, we're gonna make some money in the market, alright? Now, with all that being said, man, let's get right into it. We have ES up right now. We have it up on the daily. Just kind of want to show you guys the bigger picture before we go into the smaller time frame. But there isn't really much that I'm watching here on the daily, to tell you the truth, right? Besides all this rundown, yesterday we had a little bit of a scare, I guess. But we did breach Friday's low just a little bit, and it didn't go anywhere, right? So we were able to hold, and right now all I'm getting from on this daily time frame right now is that we have a nice fat green candle to start today, right? This is already looking like an engulfing candle. This is already looking beefy today. So at the back of my head, I'm already thinking, did buyers step in? Are buyers going to have the day today? Or is it going to be like a choppy day, right? Because yesterday, the buyers, they kept trying to get in here and they kept getting pushed back down. So who knows? But that is really all that we look for on the daily. For anybody who's wondering, part of our morning preps, like how much do we dissect every time frame? We really spend not a whole lot of time here on the daily, and really most of our time is spent when we're looking at our intraday levels, right? So again, on the daily, I'm looking for any kind of patterns that stand out, anything like that, and there's just really nothing right now. All we know is price ran down today, we're running back up. We have our two price levels that we're trading in between, but that's not going to help us in terms of like intraday trades. So for now, the daily will do it. There's really not much to go into or read into right here. All right, so we're gonna drop all the way down to the 30-minute first, and then we'll jump back up to like a 4-hour or something, so I could find some pivots like that. All right, so first I'd like to talk about some of our intraday levels, right? Because some of those pivots on the 4-hour, they might not even come to play until these intraday levels are broken anyways. So I like to kind of give this a little more time and kind of just focus on this first, right? So what do we have here? For anyone who's new to the channel, you'll always catch these 6 levels on my charts, all right? And it's very simple. You've got your yesterday high, which is right here, right? It's just the previous day high. And then you've got your previous day low, right? Pretty simple, high and low. Then you want to do the same thing for the overnight levels. You've got your overnight high right here, and then you got your overnight low down here, right? So that's 4 levels, and I mean, these levels are really easy to get. The next two, if you don't know about volume profile, market profile, then they might be a little more difficult, but basically this is a market profile right here. Anything in this highlighted yellow box right here is the value area. So all this is value area, and then basically what you want to get is the value area high and the value area low, and I also plot those on my chart, right? So these are the 6 levels that you'll see on my chart every time, every day. I use them every day, and then those are the ones that we use for like intraday trades and stuff like that. So you'll always catch those 6, and if there's any extra ones, like you just see a pivot with a question mark or anything like that, that's just any extra pivot points or anything like that I'll be watching. All right, now let's move forward. So when we have these when we have our levels up and we have this up like this, the first thing that we do is we ask ourselves 3 questions, right? Question number 1 is, where's price at right now currently in relation to the yesterday's range? Okay, so what I like to do there is, here's yesterday's high. We're going to start a box right here. We're going to drag it all the way down to yesterday's low and to the right some, so we could highlight all it is. All right, and it's pretty easy to see here that we are within yesterday's range. Now we are at the top of yesterday's range, so how I would answer this in my notebook would be kind of a slanted upright arrow, right? It's not a straight up because we're not opening in a gap up. We're not opening up here. We're kind of just at the top portion, so this would be slightly bullish, obviously more bullish than bearish. Okay, and we're gonna go over why we asked the questions and all that stuff at the end of the 3 questions. Okay, question number 2 would be, where's price at right now in relation to the overnight levels, right? Overnight high, drag it down to the overnight low, and there we go. Kind of the same thing. We're at the top portion of the box. This is more bullish than bearish, and this is that's pretty much it. This also gets another arrow up. Now this one, the way you drive, man, it doesn't matter. But the way I like to drive is just a straight arrow up, angled arrows, stuff like that. Just kind of let me know who's got the edge. And of course, just out of habit of watching my guy Trade Brigade, man. Now I'm just kind of in the habit of drawing those arrows. So, but yeah. So question number 2, definitely more bullish than bearish. All right. So we know that question number 1, more bullish than bearish. Question number 2, more bullish than bearish. And then yeah, my English is hard this morning apparently. Question number 3. Where is or how did the overnight inventory go? All right, so for this one, basically you just want to grab yesterday's close, which is right around here, and I'm gonna make that line yellow just so you actually I have that POC yellow, so I'll make this one blue. And basically all you want to do is kind of just looking at it, how much activity and time was spent above the closing price yesterday and how much was spent below, right? Very much so. This one we want to answer in like 95% of the activity took place above and about 5% took place below. Obviously this does not have to be exact, right? You could be looking at this and saying, oh, that's like 90-10 or that's 98-2, whatever. All you need to know is that most of the inventory was long. So the answer for this question would be 95% for me, 95%, 5%, and then this goes to the net long. So 95% net long, right? Most of the trading after hours was obviously bullish and moved price from where we closed all the way up here. All right. So that's pretty much it. That does it for our 3 questions. Now, what do the 3 questions mean and what do we do with them? Well, basically we ask the questions just to kind of gauge if we have the ability to kind of play something at the opening bell, right? When the bell opens at 9:30, let's say from 9:30 to 10, is there a possibility to go ahead and catch some plays in between that, right? And from what we got today, the answer to that would be more so no, right? Question number 1 really is what answers that question, right? Question number 1 will give you the overall answer, right? Where are we trading in relation to yesterday's range? So here's yesterday's range again. If question number 1 was a gap up, right? So let's say price was not trading within yesterday's range, it was actually trading higher, then that would mean that there is a possibility for an at open play. Because anyone who went long the day before, if they're up and over yesterday's range, right, they're sitting great. They're up. Their call from yesterday is now printing. They're up some good money, so they're either going to sell, take some profits, they might add to that position, they might trim, they might do something. But when that action that they do, on top of the losing traders as well, you got to think anyone who bought, anyone who went short around here, if price were to open in a gap up all the way up here, they would be hurt. I mean, they're hurt right now. If you look at the way price is sitting at right now, if you were short right here, this is about 50 points, right? You're about 50 points above where you went short. You would be hurt right now, but you'd be almost like forced. And you know what? Don't like use the word forced like that, right? No one's forced to do anything, but just think about it. 50 points down. That's bad. But if this was up and out of yesterday's range, that's obviously more points. And on top of that, the settlement, or not the settlement, like the feeling of the market, right? Like now you have people who are just longing the market more. You have more, more buyers might step in when they see that gap up. We might start getting a rally to the upside. You never know. Stuff like that, it just kind of screams get out of your short, right? The minute we open up here, I myself would be looking to get out. I was wrong. When I went short right here, I was big wrong. Let me get out. That action that the wrong people and the people who were right, doesn't matter. They both start taking action when the bell, when the market opens. And that action is what gives us a tradable setup. That's what makes the market move, right at 9:30, from 9:30 to 10. Rather, if the market was completely balanced, like it is today, I mean, it's balanced, it's leaning bullish, but it's more balanced, then we can expect when the market opens to trade sideways a little bit more than rather pick a direction, right? Now, one good thing that one thing I want to point out is we are above the value area, right? So here's value area high, value area low. We're not in the value area, which is it's better, right? Whenever we open within the value area, that is really just chop city, right? And it makes sense. That is the value area. People find that area right there, they're content with the price being in that area. That is why it's a value area. 70% of the trading took place in that value area. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I hope that that kind of helps you understand why we ask the questions. Question number 1 really is the one that tells you whether there's an actionable play or something like that at open. Of course, it's not guaranteed, right? It doesn't mean, oh yeah, there's a gap up 100%, there's a play. I mean, it's there, but you always want to watch price action. You always want to be watching, make sure that that stuff gets set up for you, right? I don't want to sound like this stuff is guaranteed, because nothing in the market is guaranteed. All right, so let's get into what question number 2 reads into, right? So if question number 1 tells you yes or no, there's an actionable play. Question number 2 would tell you would kind of give you what that play is, right? Let's say we were opening up here, right? Question number 2 would tell you that we're opening at the overnight high, which means that we have a better possibility, or we have a chance to fade that high, right? If we open near that overnight high like we are right now, if we were to open right here and price were to kind of try to go up, but then it failed, you'd be able to short that at the overnight high and kind of maybe short from the overnight high to the value area high, get a bounce right here, right? That's what question number 2 is going to get us at, right? This is obviously bullish, so we could definitely try to get like a long up here, up and over overnight high, yesterday's high of day, kind of come back, bounce off the high of day, then rip up. We could do that. For anyone who is new, again, I'm sorry, for new to the channel, we have certain ways that we trade our levels, guys, and it's really just reaction, right? We react to how price reacts at our levels. If price were to break up and over yesterday's high of day, that doesn't mean I immediately go long, right? I watch, I make sure that that's going to hold. Typically means that I wait for something like this, pull back, and then go. And I mean, I kid you not, I've missed on a lot of plays while waiting for that pullback. Sometimes you get hold on, let me erase that. Sometimes you get a kind of a break up, pulls back a tiny bit. I never got the tap, and then it just goes. I most likely missed this long right here, right? The more aggressive trader who went long immediately when we broke that level, I mean, yeah, you're sitting good right now, but let's say price did something like went up, came down, you got in your call or whatever, hit that, came up, and then did that. Now I would be shorting this, and you went long on it, so you're gonna have to get out and being patient. I realized that we held the once, yesterday's high held, came back up, did not hold, we hit the overnight high. If we cross below that, that's where I would short, using these as my stops or anything like that, right? And just basically we do the same thing for every level. Whenever we get to a level, we want to see if we're going to crush that level, go up and over or below, and is that level going to hold, and then is it going to continue in that direction, or is it going to reverse, and then we play whatever we see. All right, if that's confusion to you, and you'd like to know a little bit more, just let me know. I've been telling you guys in a couple of my videos, I say DM me, write me in Discord, write me in on my Instagram or anything like that. I really just be making these to help you guys. I really would like to know where it is that maybe I confuse some people, or if you're confused at all. I mean, shoot, if you're not confused, then at least I'm doing something right? But anyways, I do hope that this morning prep video helped you guys kind of understand how it is that I get ready. Again, these 6 levels are always on my charts. I grab them every morning. And then we trade them the same every day, guys. We wait for price to get to some of these levels. I have other things I'm looking at, but primarily price action and volume, those 2 things, right? Whenever this gets to one of these very we'll call them strong levels. We'll call them strong levels, right? But like if price were to get if price were to get right here, I see like a little pull up, and then I see a breakthrough, but that breakthrough had no volume. Like, I might not be looking at short right there. You know what I'm saying? Because volume is telling me, okay, it broke through, but not with strength. remember, always use price action and volume. At least that's my way of looking at things. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I started using volume, my trading has definitely gotten better. So that's just me, anyways. I don't want to go ahead and keep talking too much. The video is a nice little 15 minutes, and my talking will definitely drag this another 15 minutes. So again, hope I helped somebody out with this video. I hope that you guys found something informative or helpful out of these. All right. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace. Have a good one. Oh, and if you don't have a green trading day today and it's red, we'll get them back tomorrow. All right. One thing that I stress is do not let losing days ruin your trading week. All right. That's it. Have a good one. Peace.